Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. So as the title said, the War Angels have been released. So you might be wondering, what is that? That's you. You are the ones that have been released. You are the seeds that have been sprouting, that have been growing, that have been learning fast, that have been becoming highly aware of what's going on around you and what's going on in the world. You have been given eyes to see. You are seeing what's going on. The trumpets are sounding. The trumpets have been sounding. They are sounding right now all over the world. A massive shift is happening right now. It started a couple of days ago. It's a shift where you are no longer willing to tolerate what you are not aligned with. You're no longer willing to tolerate what's been going on the planet. This is why you have been listening to my videos. This is why you've been going on YouTube studying narcissist abuse and what's going on. The first thing you were doing was, see, your eyes were opened and you were seeing things, and you were like, you had doubt, like, wait, is this real? Am I really seeing this? Is this what's going on? And so you're reaching out to people and they're like, yeah, I'm seeing this too. Yeah, me too. Your confirmation has been confirmed. You are seeing what you're seeing. You are hearing what you are seeing. You are hearing what you're hearing. And yes, those feelings that you are having, that feeling in your body, yes, you are feeling it, and it is correct. Again, you are the war angel. It's time to be strong mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Start doing your push-ups, start doing your sit-ups, do some curls, train in martial arts, train in wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, learn how to shoot a gun, whatever you have to do, because the time is right now. And every voice counts. Just like this image says here, it's no longer our job to wake up the sheep. It's time to wake up the other lions. That's what's going on. You are one of the lions. If you have been drawn to and attracted to my channel and you can't stop listening to it, it's because you are one of the lions. It is time now for you to start speaking up, to speak the truth of what's going on, and do not doubt it for a moment. What you're seeing is real. What you're hearing is real. So have you guys seen the video of the Hawaiian lady who's speaking to the council in Hawaii right now? This came out about 2 days ago. I'll put a link in the description box so you can watch it. She speaks from her heart. She speaks from her soul. Not only was this not a natural fire, it was man-made. This was created. Now, I'm from Napa. I'm still about 35 minutes from my hometown, Napa Valley. Now, if you guys heard about the fires in Napa and Sonoma that lasted, it went 2 years in a row. This was about 2 years ago, 2 and 3 years ago. It was devastating. Friends of mine like, Michael, you have no idea, it was so fast. And when I drove into the fires to help out, all you saw in the valley on both sides, on the north, the east, the west, and the south, there was fires. It was literally like you were in, what's that movie, The Lord of the Rings. It was unbelievable at nighttime. There was fires everywhere. So, yeah, this is what it was like when I went in. And yes, this is Napa Valley. These are not my pictures. I can't find the ones that I took. I took some videos of one of the wineries that was getting burned down literally when I was there. We actually went up the road and to the area that was already burned down, watching the rest of it burn down. So I've got some images there with a friend of mine who was a world-class news reporter on a major network. And so he was up there. The news crew had just showed up. So we were at his house, which was about 2 or 3 blocks over, saving his parents' house from getting burned down. So the reports were that the fires were started from some electrical wires that were not proper, etc., which I'm sure it was, especially on one end of the deal. But here's the problem. So I mean on one end of the Napa Valley. So the problem is this: the wind was blowing in a certain direction when this is happening, and next thing you know, on the other side of the valley, south, all the way south, and we're talking miles and miles and miles away, fires were erupting, and then they were starting on the south side. So when I came into the Napa Valley the next day, the entire south side, there was a huge hill that was on fire. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Why is this on fire? Because it was nowhere near where the fires were originally started. So here's what a lot of my friends said. They were out at night saying you would watch these fires pop up on the other side of the valley, that the wind's blowing the other way, so away from there, not towards there. They're like, it didn't make any sense. And then on top of it, a Sonoma State University professor got arrested. He got caught with a group of people starting fires. Yes, while the fires were burning during not a separate time on this occasion. So we do know that some of the wires did start the fires, but then there was other people that came in. So this was a concerted effort. Now it's the same thing that happened in Australia. They caught, I think it was 5 or more different groups in different parts of Australia, different people starting fires. They caught them, they arrested them, they prosecuted them while the fires were going on. The same thing happened in the Amazonian I don't know, rainforest, but the area down there. Remember when there was a huge fire that was burning that up? This is being done on purpose. Period. End of sentence. Whether it's people doing it, laser beams doing it, or whatever, it doesn't matter. The other thing, especially in Northern California, the land management was horrible. Before this governor came in, we were constantly going in, cleaning up the debris and the wood and the fallen trees, cutting down old dead trees, and on, because this is called forest management, to keep this from happening. I mean, it was just a bunch of freshly kindled wood ready to catch on fire. My point, it was a concerted effort. All of these are concerted efforts. My friends in Sonoma, I worked for her parents, Wilson's Feed, and she said, Mike, the fires were so fast, you have no idea. Like, it came out of nowhere. We had no warning. And that's what you hear from everyone, even in Hawaii. Like, there was no warning. Like, what happened? There was no phone calls. There was no text message. There was no alarms. It's like everyone had to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in Sonoma, and they literally had to run with the clothes on their back. And you know what? This lady is right. This was not a natural fire. Everything coincided. I mean, okay, so I'm sure a lot of you heard how there was this police officers blocking the road for the exit. All these people were just desperately fighting for their lives to get out. And this fucking cop is sitting there saying, oh, I'm under. They literally asked him, like, what are you doing? Let us out. Because cars were lined up going back for miles and miles. And the cop was like, oh, I'm just following orders. And they're like, people are dying. The fire's killing people. They're trying to escape. And you know what? They said the power lines were down. And you know what? They were. So fucking what? Turn off the electricity. It was 6 hours that they were blocking people, that they wouldn't let people go by. And guess what? Not one person, not the mayor, not the governor, not the fire chief, not the police department, not one intelligent being said, hey, you know what we could do? We could probably call the electric and gas company and say, hey man, can you turn off the electricity for these lines right here? Yeah, not one genius, not one fucking genius, not one genius in the entire fucking group thought, hey, you know what? Why don't we just make a phone call and have them turn them off? Nah, can't do that. Jeez, I mean, a phone call, dial some digits? Too much effort. We're hanging out on the beach, man, drinking our Mai Tais. Now think about it. Okay, fine. Let's say they had this one road blocked off. Well, people tried to escape in multiple different ways. Guess what? Each and every one of those escape routes was blocked by the police, and they wouldn't let people out. Okay, so it just happens to be on the south side, the north side, and also inland. All these exits from all these different areas that are miles and miles apart. Well, you can't come out this way. Those people were murdered. Period. End of sentence. I mean, there was no fire trucks going in for hours, and the people were like, well, where's the fire trucks? Where's the help? Where's the police? Like, nothing. And even now, this lady's talking about it. She's also talking about how the government's not helping them. And here we are, 2-3 weeks out of it? But damn, we sure can send another, I don't know if it's 100 billion or whatever, but we've sent trillions of dollars into the Ukraine war. But we can't help out our own people in Hawaii. Not to mention, for years now, big, rich, famous celebrities and people have been trying to buy these houses and buy these people's properties. This isn't new. So since the people refused to sell, they said, well, we'll just fucking burn them out and kill them. Because if they're dead, well, they can't fight us in court. Have you guys seen the aerial photo where the day after, 2 days after, where they took a plane and they videoed it? All the land was burned of all this land that they wanted to buy out for years and years now. Because they're making it's a super city, a super tech city is what they're making there in Lanai, or Lahaina. So they've wanted this land for years to make this big super tech city, okay? And so instead they said, well, we'll just take out all these people's lands and kill them. And here's the really weird thing when you look at this, when the pilot flew over and they took the video, all the land that they wanted got burned up. Right? Now, on top of it, it stopped literally across the street from Oprah Winfrey's property, from all these uber rich freaking celebrities and people that have properties. I think even Bill Gates is one of them. And it's like, wait a minute, so it just fucking stopped? Wait, what? And then they tried to say, well, there was no winds. The winds were horrendous. What the hell are you talking about? It's on all the videos. And now they're saying, oh, well, it just stopped right here. It's a total load of bullshit. And then on top of it, the government didn't go in for days, if not a week or more. They weren't bringing people food. They weren't bringing them water. So the Hawaiian people started to do it themselves. And you know what the police did? They arrested them for going in trying to help out. And I mean the day after the fires were out. It was like, it's the most insane concerted effort to do as much damage as possible. I mean, hours went by before any kind of help was even seen. The only help they had was the police officers blocking off the road. That was it. Another one was said, well, they had the sirens, but they said, well, these sirens are only for the tidal waves, for the tsunamis, right? And they said, the reason why we didn't make them go off is because we didn't want to wake people up in the middle of the night because, you know, because they're too stupid, because people, our citizens, are so dumb that when they walked out of their house and saw the fires, they would just ignore the fires and they would run up the hill into more fire, because, you know, people are stupid. Literally, was it the mayor or the governor? I think it was the mayor. He literally said the reason why we didn't turn on the sirens to alert people is because those are tsunami fires. Well, those sirens turned out are used for multiple reasons, and there's different blast noise. Same thing when I lived in Wisconsin. There was it was the same siren, certain amount of like it'd go around so many times. That meant tornado. Another one meant for the firemen to come into town from their homes to get on the fire trucks because there's a fire. And there's like another 2 or 3 meanings for the different sounds that they gave off. So they're saying the reason why they didn't alert the people, didn't sound the sirens, these unbelievably amazing sirens that were installed, is because they were like, well, because the sirens for tsunamis tells people to run up the hills to get away from the water. And in essence, in exactness, specifically what they're stating is, well, our people are so stupid that when they walked out of their house and they saw the fires, they would just ignore the fires like they were like they didn't even exist, and they would just run further into the fire because our people are stupid. So we didn't want to alert them. Don't want to do that. Oh no. The level of buffoonery from the mayor, the police chief, the fire chief, from all these people is absolutely insane. The way they responded to this is worse than the way we responded to fires in 1851. With all our technology, all the colleges, all the education, all the fire training and all that stuff, they acted like not a single one of them had ever taken a single fire course. Didn't even know how to drive a fire truck. No one had a clue about nothing. So they're just watching the fires. Hey, what's going on, man? Not much. Hanging out on the beach having a Mai Tai with the mayor. And get this. See this guy right here? That's the police chief. That's the man in charge. Guess where he was years ago? He was also the man in charge of when the Las Vegas massacre happened a few years back. Yep, that's the same exact man. Do you really think it's a fucking coincidence? Bullshit. 4.5 years later, this man is in charge in Hawaii? Really? And yet, he made all the mistakes. This is the man that was in charge of telling them to block all those roads off from people escaping. I mean, imagine if in 6 hours, one of those people, especially this guy, said, hey man, you know what we should do? Just call the freaking electricity company and tell them to shut off the wires and freaking get them out there and to pull the wires out of the road. Hell, the people could have drove over the damn wires if they turned them off. Hell, they could have drove over the wires while they were on because it got rubber tires. They never should have blocked those people in and kept them from escaping the fires. Now, finally, this is what this video is about. This lady right here is a warrior. She spoke from her heart, and what she said has affected a lot of people around the world. All of this was bullshit. All of this was done on purpose. And she spoke from the heart. No memorized lines. She didn't have anything written down. No memorized speech. She spoke from the heart. This video is not about the Hawaiian fires. It's about you. It's about what's going on around the entire planet and what's been going on. They're doing it right in front of our faces. They are literally burning our cities down. They're literally trapping people so they die. They're killing people. They don't care if we know. That's how cocky they've gotten. That's how arrogant they've gotten, because they think that they have everybody brainwashed and that no one's waking up and seeing the truth. And you all know that's what narcissists have been doing. They think that they can continue to get away with this shit, and yet we're seeing what they're doing now. We can see it. And now what this whole thing is about and why it's so important for you to start to take a stand now. A bully is going to bully until somebody punches them back in the face, right in the nose, and then they're like, oh, I guess I can't do that no more. Here's the deal. They're going to do it until someone finally stops them. Nobody's stopping them. Nobody's standing up. I shouldn't say nobody. My channel is a perfect example of it. And there are people like this lady, and it's spreading throughout the world. So right now it is absolutely key for you to get some balls and to start speaking up and to start standing up. You are the front line. You are the middle line. You are the last line. You are the only line. And it's here right now. And you know why you're going to do it? Because otherwise they are going to control the earth for the rest of eternity. That's what this battle is about. Everything that we heard in the Bible that was written 2,000 years, everything that we've learned from all these spiritual teachings, that this thing is going to happen, that one day it's going to come, it's here. It's right now. This is Uncle George Naopi. I'm going to make this really brief. Back in around 1991, when he came into the training, one of the things that he said about the world and what was going on, he used San Francisco. He goes, you know, San Francisco has great energy. I think he asked me where I was from, and I said Napa, and he goes, oh, that's near San Francisco. I said, yeah. He goes, it's beautiful energy there. He goes, but they're trying to kill the energy. Now we were at dinner. He goes, they're trying to kill off the energy in San Francisco. Well, Uncle George, sorry to say, but they have. Remember the Rice-A-Roni commercial back in the 70s and 80s? San Francisco was a fun, keyword, loving place. People were happy. It hasn't been that way for 15, 20 years now. It's become a miserable place. It is right now. It's destroyed. The heart of San Francisco is gone. Do you want to know why they're going after Hawaii right now? Because Hawaii is the heart of the planet. Because Hawaii, the one thing about Hawaii is they're holding on to their traditions. They're holding on to their spiritual teachings. They're holding on to the heart, to the emotions. That's how you connect with God. If they can kill Hawaii, they have killed the connection to God. Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Asian, black, white, Hispanic, everybody, it's time to unite now and fight back. Men, women, everyone, it's time for all of us to take a stand and fight back right now. Has any of you heard that we were the seedlings and that we were hidden? That this whole entire time, that our gift, that our power, our strength, there's something inside each and every one of us. It was hidden. In fact, not only was it hidden inside of us, we were hidden from the enemy. We were right there in plain sight. We were hidden in plain sight. It was hidden from ourselves as well, so we wouldn't reveal it before it was too soon. In fact, that's why you've always had this feeling that there was something special about you. That's why everyone around you, and they were narcissists, saying there's something different about you, and they couldn't put their finger on it. See, you keep thinking that, well, we're going to wait for God. No. We are the hands and the feet and the weapons of God. We are the ones. We are the ones that are the saviors. If you think we're going to wait for someone, you are wrong. No one is coming to save us. We are the ones that came here to save them. And that is what was hidden. And the Bible was a warning. It was warning us, giving us signs. This is how you know the end of times is coming. This is how you know this is what they're going to do next. Most Christians think, oh, this is just a storyline we're supposed to follow. No, it's saying, look, there's a freaking roadblock ahead. Go around. Nope, Christians just smash right into it and crash and can't figure out why things aren't getting better. In other words, an example, okay, is Nostradamus. He was foretelling people, here's what's to come. So it's kind of like if you knew the 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl by a certain point ratio, well, what would you do? You'd put every freaking dime down on it because you know this is to come. No, not someone else. Yeah, I know the Niners are going to win, but I'm not going to do nothing about it. The Bible was advanced warning, not advanced warning to sit on your ass. It was to say, here's how you know when it's time to take a stand. All right, so you have to remember something else. This is, let's see here, Ephesians 6:12. Let's see here. So, for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Right now, okay? There's a massive shift that is happening. It is giving you the ability to manifest at a much faster rate. Your prayer power is absolutely important to this battle. Imagine things healing. Imagine the enemy being defeated. You got to see it the way you want it. Pray it the way you want it. Feel it the way you want it. The ending is near. It's all about energy. The other side has been yelling and screaming, and we've been sitting here quiet going, what do? You speak up. You start speaking out the truth. You start telling the truth. Number one, voice is energy. It's all about energy. Prayer is energy. Prayer power. Pray and pray hard. We are going to win, and I'll tell you why. Because they didn't know that we existed. They had a feeling something was here, but they didn't know what it was. See this guy in this image? Yep, he's up there on the top of the building looking out. This is one of the assassins. This is who we are. A lot of you, your spirit, it's not from this planet. You're from the Sirius system, or you're from the Pisces system. Okay? You came here for this exact day. See, what you gotta understand is we are just starting to come out from the woodwork. We're coming out from the cracks in the ground. We're coming out from the woodwork, and all of a sudden, there we are. We're about to lift we're lifting the hoodie up, so to speak, okay? We're basically being revealed. We're starting to show the world who we are. We're starting to speak up, and all of a sudden, narcissists around the world go, wait, who are these people? Where did they come from? People, they are freaking out. We're on the rooftops. We're everywhere. And narcissists are beginning to see us. And some of us have just revealed ourselves boldly. We're speaking up. We don't care anymore. And it's freaking the narcissist out. They had no idea, number one, that we existed. Number two, how powerful we are. We are way, way more powerful than they are. Yep, we've been standing up all along, watching. We are the watchers. We are the ones that are seeing what's going on. And now we are realizing who we are and what we are and why we are here, what our purpose is. We are just now dropping into the fight. We're coming from the woodworks. We're dropping in from the roofs. We're coming from land. We're coming from sea. We're coming from the ocean. We're coming from every single angle. And the narcissists are surrounded and they know it. It's at the darkest moment when you know victory is at hand. Because what happens is when narcissists freak out, when they start realizing they're going to lose the battle, here's the deal. They already know. They already know that they've lost. They already know that this is going to end up in their loss. But what are they going to do? Just let it happen? No, they're fighting their ass off. They're pulling every nook, every cranny, every string, every trick in the book that they can possibly do. That's why it's at the darkest hour. Your victory is almost at hand. Keep pushing. Because the light is right around the corner. I predict a massive, decisive, and overwhelming victory. Remember, you are the war angels that were released. You are the front line. You are the ones that came here to save humanity. It's time to stand up, take a stand, be firm. Okay, people, that's it for this video. God bless you guys. Thank you very, very much for listening. I hope this video has affected you in a very, very positive and a very powerful way. Remember, click like. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make a comment, and if you want, go ahead and make a donation. There's a donation link, a PayPal link right below in the description box. God bless you guys. This is the end of the video. See you guys in the next video. Bye.